Hello everyone. Let's continue with Shloka number 7. I'm sorry, Shloka number 6 of Vibhuti Yogam, Dashamodhyaya. Shri Hari. Shri Paramatmane Namaha. Shri Krishnaya Namaha. Shriman Venkatanathārya Kavitārkika Kesari Vedantacharya Varyo Me Sannidhattam Sadahakti. Okay. We have seen certain qualities and the dichotomies in the fourth and fifth shlokas, the quality list. Okay. So, just to recap, the Vibhuti Yogam 1 to 5. Okay, he's saying I'm going to tell you something very important in the first shloka. The second shloka, he says that even those whom you think as the highest, which is the Suraganaha and the Maharshinam, even they do not know me. Okay, and they do not, know me fully. They do not understand me. That's what it means, and that's because I am Madhirihi. Okay, so Name viduho suraganaha prabhavam na maharshayah ahamadirhi devanam harshinam cha sarvashah. So I am the beginning of everything. Okay. So even the suraganas, the devatas, the angels, they do not know me. Yomam yomam ajam anadim cha veti lokamaheshwaram yo asammudaha sa martyeshu sarvapapaihe pramuchyate. And there is another formula I'm going to give you. The third shloka, he is giving Arjuna the formula, but we should not take it as a formula. He is giving it as a benefit of knowing me as I am and knowing me as he is. How do we know that? The answer is he does not have birth, anadimcha. There is no beginning for him. He is there always. So he then does not have birth, does not have beginning. And he is the Maheshwara of Loka. So if these three are the Lord's quality of these three, no birth, no beginning, and he is the Loka Maheshwara. If somebody knows me that way, yo mam ajam anadhim chaveti Loka Maheshwaram asammudaha. That very clear person, sammudaha, the non-confused, Martyeshu, without any confusion, Martyeshu, when during his last time, Sarva Papaiha, all his sins are Pramuchyate. He's becoming free from all his sins. So third, so first one is he is telling Arjuna, calling Arjuna, Priyamanaya, and then Mahabaho Shruno to listen to him. He's calling him, he's calling his attention because 9 Adhyayam he has been downloading the content to him. And even despite the grief of Arjuna is still able to listen. But still, the Lord wants to give him more emphasis on the forthcoming shlokas of Vibhuti Yogam, which is Vibhuti is the qualities. So, who can talk about the Vibhutis of the Lord? The Lord Himself. And the Lord has to decide that He has to, tell not just, reveal not just Him, His Vibhutis also. Now look at the mercy of the Lord. So, He is giving them, Bhuya eva mahabaho, shnume paramam vachaha. यत्तेऽहं प्रीयमाणाय वक्ष्यामि हितकाम्यया न मे विदुः सुरगणाः प्रभवं न महर्षयः अहमादिर्हि देवानां महर्षीणां च सर्वशः यो मामजमः यो माम् अजमनाधिं च वेत्ति लोकमहेश्वरम् असम्मूढः स मर्त्येषु सर्वपापैः प्रमुच्यते. So he has given, so one who knows me in these three lights, that is, these three ways, that one who knows me as a person without birth, without beginning, and as the Lord of the worlds, that person, during his last times, he becomes free of all his sins. Okay. Now, fourth and fifth, he is giving the list of all the qualities. And why does he give it? So these rishis and the suraganas have got that stage. In the second shloka, he is mentioning two words, which is suraganaha न मे विदुः सुरगणाः Prabhavam na Maharshaya. So the Maharshi, you think these two are great, right? Even they don't know me. So which means what? I am higher than them. So if there is any ideal, if you want to follow somebody, you have to follow a great person. I am greater than them. So whom would you follow? I'm right near you. How did they get to that post of Suraganaha? They got to the post of Suraganaha, and they got to the post of Maharshaha through these qualities: buddhir, jnanam, asammoha, kshama, satyam, damaha, shamaha, sukham, dukkam, bhavo, abhavo, bhayam cha, abhayam eva cha, अहिंसा समता तुष्टिस्तपो दानं यशो यशः भवन्ति भावा भूतानां मत्त एव पृथग्विदाः என்னிடமிருந்துதான் உண்டாகின்றன. So pruthagvidaha in the Tamil translation it is saying என்னிடமிருந்துதான் நானிச்சே இது உற்பத்தி ஆய்ந்தி. It has come from me. Okay, so when those qualities have come to me, and those qualities were, they caught hold of this Maharshayaha and Suraganaha caught hold of these qualities to get to that stage. When I am already above them, then you know what Vibhuti is now. So definitely it is higher than what you think as high. Okay. Maharshayaha Saptapurve Chatvaro Manavastatha Madbhava Manasa Jata Yesham Loka Imaha Prajaha. In this world, all the prajas, the citizens of the world, all of them, all these citizens, from whom do they come out? The Saptarishis. And even seniors to them, even older to them, are the Sanat Kumaras, Chatvaro. Similarly, all the 14 Manu, starting with Swayambhu Manu, all of them were created because of my sankalpa, my conviction to create. And all of them have love and trust towards me. So, which means what? It's needless to say, Arjuna can definitely have trust and love towards the Lord. Which means the Lord saying, Lord is actually telling him to, start fighting. So, etam vibhutim yogam cha mamayo vetti tattvataha sovikramyena yogena yujyate natra samshayaha. The Lord in the seventh shloka, now he is saying, etam vibhutim yogam cha mamayo vetti tattvataha. Yo, always yo means it's the one who, and who is that? Yo vetti tattvataha. Vetti knows me in depth. Tattvataha include philosophically as well as in depth understanding of me. Etam vibhutim yogam cha. This etam, this vibhutim, the divine qualities, not the qualities we have seen in the previous video. Qualities are for anyone who is on the lower plane as that of the Lord. There is nobody who is equal to the Lord. No, so there is no question of this saying that there is somebody above the Lord. Lord is above everyone. So now, when we say quality, we use the word quality for us, but for the Lord it is vibhuti. Okay. என்னுடைய இதுதான் விபூதம் ஈஸ்வர தன்மையின் விரிவையும். Okay. So the expansion of this vibhuti yoga. Okay. Tattvataha, in depth, philosophically, the one who knows me this way. And yoga shakti. Yoga shakti in the sense, okay, we all know that when the yoga, I mean, yoga means what? Concentrating at one given point in time, the mind, especially the mind. Okay. That is what yoga means, to unite the mind with the context of its object. Mostly the mind is the instrument and the mind is the object. In fact, in every sense we can say it, but not many people can understand this. Even I could not understand it. Even today, when I'm saying it, I can only understand it to an extent. Okay, I won't be able to do it because if I'm able to do it, then I would have got my Ashtama Siddhis and I would have been gone. Okay, I haven't. I'm still trying. Okay, so we can only say it orally. So the one who understands my yogam, the one who understands my vibhuti, that person, what will happen to that person? Sovikramyena, sorry, Sovikampena means what? Sovikampe means, uh, the Lord Himself, later on, He gives a, analogy, what is it? Without the disturbance of any distraction. Sovikampena means here, when we take one, okay, this new year has come, and from this new year onwards, I'm going to do this. I'm going to take a resolution. But we all know what happens to each of the resolution. So now here he is talking about no normal resolution. These kind of resolutions have extreme power and extreme vairagya and extreme abhyasa behind this kind of yogam. Yoga means he's continuously doing it. The only way you can continuously doing it is to let go of all the attachments of towards anything. It's like tying a iron ball or heavyweight balls around an arrow and telling the arrow to hit the target. So there's no way the arrow will fall immediately the moment it is released from the bow. It will not even move even just out of the bow itself. So, but if what if there is no weight that is pulling down the arrow, and what if the strings are very tightly tied to the ends of the bow? So there's no way the arrow is going to, and the archer, so all these put together, it's going to take a conscious effort and a focused effort for the arrow to hit the target, okay, including the archer's effort. So archer's effort is one thing, bow and the arrow, to prepare the bow and the arrow, and to and then these two, so instrument and the object. So vikampena yogena yujyate natra samshayah. That person becomes a bhakti yogi. And bhakti yogi, what is bhakti and what is yogi? Yogi is different and bhakti is different. This means what? To do something with full concentration is yoga. And bhakti yogi, what is bhakti yogi then? To an extent, I will share with you what I understand as bhakti yogi. Bhakti is like, if you tell me to do some task in my office or at home, if my mind is not interested in doing it, okay. So every step of the way, I'm going to crib. Oh, this is stop, that stop, this is stop, etc. But what if I imagine when I was a teenager, I used to play cricket morning 6 till until the sun goes down, and sometimes even when the sun is down, just when the street lights come on, we shift our pitch to the place where there is a little light just below the street light. We used to play that way. So it's like almost like a free floodlights ground. Okay. So that's, but we never cribbed for becoming tired, and hardly we would have had some water, etc., etc. Nothing more than that. Okay, but still, the involvement, all our senses, all our attention, all our focus was in playing and enjoying the play. When we do something like that, any task for that matter, and we start liking it to an extent where it surpasses the distractions through the senses and the distractions through the bodily ailments and the other distractions for it, well, intellectual distractions, and it goes on. Okay, then that is the kind of you know extreme concentration, along with a liking, a very strong liking. Where you attach your emotion, you start loving the game. Most of us know what we act very lovely like to do. See, most of us want to go with our besties. Okay, we love our besties, we love our siblings. Okay, we love our, a lot of people. Okay, so there are people whom we would love to be together. So that when they are together, we just forget ourselves. We just want those days to keep coming back again and again. And we know how it feels like when they are about to say bye after a weekend ends. Okay, or when a tour ends, when we go along with them to enjoy. So the same applies here. So, etam vibhutim yogam cha mamayo veti tattvataha. So, he becomes a person with bhakti yoga. And there is no doubt about it. So, when you want to do something, when you want to feel you're fully engaged, then this is the route, which is what? The one who understands my divine qualities and the one who understands my divine yoga. Etam vibhutim yogam cha. His yoga. So the way how can we understand the Lord? So he himself is so, unless he gives it to us, right? So he is giving it to Arjuna, so we are just overhearing and taking it from him. Thanks to Vyasa, Veda Vyasa, who has actually brought it and given to us through Sanjaya's eyes. Even என்னுடைய ஈஸ்வர தன்மையையும் விரிவையும் யோக சக்தியையும் தத்துவ ரீதியாக அறிகிறானோ அவன் அசையாத பக்தி யோகத்துடன் கூடியவனாக ஆகிறான். இவ்விஷயத்தில் சிறிதளவும் ஐயமில்லை. The one who knows my divine qualities and the one who knows my yoga, in depth, without doubt, he becomes a bhakti yogi, and there is no doubt about it. Aham sarvasya prabhavo mattah sarvam pravartate iti matva bhajante mam buddha bhavasamanvitaah. I am the reason for the creation of everything. And it is because of me all the worlds are going on and existing. After understanding this, and acquiring trust and bhakti, the bhaktas who are actually jnanis, without any gap, incessantly, they keep worshipping me. So they understand me as, how do they worship me? They worship me after understanding. So what is the base? Those who worship me know that I am the reason for everything. I am the reason for the creation of everything. I am the reason for the existence of everything. After understanding this, they also have, their bhakti consists of trust, and their bhakti consists of extreme love. Okay, so their worship consists of extreme love. Their worship consists of extreme trust. Okay, such jnani, full of bhaktas. So jnanam, full of the wisdom, full of bhaktas, without any gap, they keep on worshipping me. Machitta madgata prana बोधयन्तः बोधयन्तः परस्परं कथयन्तश्च मां नित्यं तुष्यन्ति च रमन्ति च. Okay. The ones who continuously apply their mind and surrendered their life to me, that those bhaktas using the description of my bhakti within themselves clarify my prabhava, my capabilities, or my qualities. And they also clarify with themselves, that is, clarify within oneself, my qualities and the expansion of such qualities. They keep talking to, they keep talking about my qualities and they are happy talking about my qualities. And they think that even their fruit of all their efforts is me. Machitta, machitta, madgata pranaha, machitta. Think their chittam is towards me. Ma, here ma is Lord Krishna. Madgata pranaha. Then these words are parasparam within themselves. Bodhayantacha. Bodhayantacha. No, they keep clarifying with it by discussing among themselves or like-minded people or within oneself about my qualities, and they don't want to go out of me. That is what he means here. तेषां सततयुक्तानां भजतां प्रीतिपूर्वकं ददामि बुद्धियोगं तं येन मा उपयान्ति ते. Okay. तेषां तेषां. Okay. So here, this shloka, the 10th shloka of the 10th adhyay of Srimad Bhagavad Gita. Now, see, we have a saying in English, we have heard people saying that you take one step towards the Lord takes 10 steps towards you. For all this, to do all this, because I'm talking to you guys and you're listening to me, you had to, switch on your YouTube, you had to do your fingers are used to that initial analysis that you did, how to use the YouTube, and how to use your fingers to scroll it up, and you don't even now apply your brain to how to scroll videos in YouTube. You don't do that. But look at what the Lord is saying. It is not as easy as it. So you get used to something, and the Lord is still ahead. Now you have to constantly, after learning something, you don't apply the same level of thought and attention to something that you think that you have already learned. That's not the case with the Lord. The Lord is ever evolving, continuously evolving. Which means what? There is nothing more to get evolved. For us, we keep evolving, okay? But you can't say that. But you will get a feeling that the Lord is ever evolving. Why? I thought I understood him. That is where we fail. We haven't understood him yet. The moment we know that we have understood, we know we have not understood him, then the very next step is to start searching again. So the search after the Lord is never ending. Do you think I am not qualified to talk about what happens after moksha? Okay, after Vaikuntha Prapti, or even before Vaikuntha Prapti, I can only talk about what I have heard from my acharyas. But actually, I have to achieve that stage. Now here, I have to achieve. For me to achieve, I have to start thinking. For thinking, I need the buddhi. Then here he says, Tesham satatayuktanam bhajatam priti purvakam dadami buddhi yogam tam. So that buddhi, I am going to give to that person. So I have a cloud computing to think about. I have cloud security to think about. I have my infrastructure to think about. I have my IT, so many other things to have, leadership, talks to think about. I have my conferences to think about. But in all this, I have to keep applying my buddhi. But the Lord is saying, Tesham satata yuktanam, satata yuktanam. So which means the one who keeps on, touching back with me, always, keeping himself busy doing my related work. Okay, or he is keeping on thinking about whether he is doing something on his own, or he's always an attention and focus is always towards me. Just like how we work for our families, we work so hard only to ensure that our family is safe. Similarly, somebody, whether he does his computer programming, or one who is the CEO, or doing, taking care of the board's requirements and the other statutory requirements, etc., etc. But his mind is always attached to the Lord. The one who, let's say, it doesn't matter, who that is, but his mind is there. But now, what's the case with the people who are underprivileged, not especially able, who has intellectual capabilities which are relatively lesser than us? So their time will come. So it's like we can only look back till our childhood's memory goes. But before that, what? Can we remember what were we doing inside our mother's womb? No, I don't think we can. If somebody can, we're just good to believe that. But majority of the people cannot remember what is what we were we doing before. So we can only go as far as our memory can go back. Now, prior to that, my our memory before the womb, so there was something called a birth or janmantara. In the Sanskrit word, it's the janmantara, the cycle of all the births, the long string of all the births that we have taken. This is the base of Sankhya Shastra. Okay, so the karma balance of all of that. So it's a trajectory. What we are looking at today is just the trajectory of all our accumulated karmas. Okay, and we are still accumulating karma. So the faster we eradicate all of the karma, the faster we reach Vaikuntha. The the rate of eradication of karma should be faster than the rate of accumulation of karma. So this is why the Lord say even you have to let go of the punya phala also, not just the karma, papa phala. So, because again, you never know when your punya gets over. Again, you will be when you don't know what to do, so you will start doing what naturally comes to your mind. So, if your sattvika guna is for sattvika qualities are more, you will start doing the sattvika. You never know, okay? Because you will have to be again going all of this, and this cycle will never end. It has to end somewhere, where you have to, and it can only end at the Lord's feet. That is what I am the no, there is sometimes he is going to say in the future where I am the end of all, where everything, asylum of everything. So it's better we go there. That's what it means. So here, Tesham, the previous shloka, which is shloka number 9. So there are people who can't continuously worship me, and how they worship me, what their bhakti is made up of. We have seen it in the shloka number 8. In the 9th shloka, he is talking about the qualities of the bhaktas. There he talks about the quality of the bhakti of such bhaktas. Here he talks about what do the bhaktas do and what is their fruit. Their fruit is me, and they are also only thinking about me. For such bhaktas who are tesham satata yuktanam, always they are yukti. The yukti is the applied intellect is always bhajatam priti purvakam, which means Preeti Purvakam, you are doing, they are doing something not for the sake of doing it. They are doing it because they love doing the worship of the Lord. So, for those bhaktas, whichever buddhi yogam will help them reach me, that the very essence of wisdom, that buddhi which is the very essence of wisdom, I give them. Dadhami buddhi yogam tam yena ma yena mam upayanti te. So, upayantite. So, whichever way they will reach me, I will give them that buddhi. No wonder that when he has decided to give that buddhi, what if he allows you to only talk about cloud security? Keep thinking about cloud security, forget about Paramatma's, you know, fate. He knows that, okay, easy, uh, you know, uh, giving me those flowers to become a successful uh, cloud security guy, or is he actually giving me the flowers only so that I like those flowers? I like to receive the flowers from him. So this question has always been there. So even if I forget, let's say I'm, puja archana with the help of some flowers, but I'm doing it for my own, pressing needs, or am I giving it because the Lord would love to take it from me? Now, I should strongly believe it. Now, and the very reflection, how do I gauge that? It comes by practice. I cannot say it in words. Okay, we can try. Try is something that we can say. So, Tesham, so that kind of a person. So he is trying, but he does not know which buddhi to be used so that he reaches me. I am going to give that guy that buddhi yogam, which will help me, mom, upayantite, what will take him to me? That buddhi I'm going to give, because the buddhi is not just one thought, it's a collection of continuous thoughts over a period of time, and it's a continuous thought directly. That is the buddhi yogam, is like a river. When you put that in there, that river will directly take you to upayantite. That buddhi yogam, the one which is given by the Lord, will definitely take you to Vaikuntha. Now, Tesham evanukampartham ahamajnanajam tamaha नाशयाम्यात्म भावस्थो ज्ञानदीपेन bhasvata. Means the people, the same bhaktas, in order to do anugraham towards those bhaktas, I go and stand in their mind, and I'm standing steady in their mind. Whatever darkness that has come to their mind due to ajnana, ignorance, I destroy that ignorance using my bright lamp, the wisdom, the lamp of wisdom. And I do that. So I go inside their mind and delete any leftover darkness due to ignorance. And using what? Using all the high level of wisdom. So I go and do that. So you give my mind. So they continuously keep doing for the sake of me and not for it getting any benefits out of them. But if they genuinely give their life and the time, and if you have given even the prana towards me, then what else? I don't need anything else. Even so, that is where I give them the buddhi yogam, and then I go inside their mind and delete their ignorance. So You come, you take one step towards the Lord takes 10 steps towards you. First step is what? Dadami buddhi yogam. Which buddhi yogam? Mam upayanti te. What will take them to me? So that the next step is what? I mean, of course, see this, God, you take one step, God takes 10 steps. It's just the measurement, okay? But God may take billions of steps, trillions of steps towards you. You just don't know that. Why? How will a cockroach get moksha? It has to go through all the, karma. It has to feed away, eradicate all the karma, and then come to the level of, a real Brahmana. A real Brahmana is not the one who is born as a Brahmana. A Brahmana who's completely sattvika, and he has dedicated that kind of a, life, sattvika life towards him, towards the Lord. Okay, now, so first is what? Dadami buddhi yogantam. Next is what? Clean the, darkness and give brightness to his mind. I go inside the mind. That is the second step. After going inside the mind, what happens? Using my wisdom, I destroy the darkness in his mind. The darkness is what? Darkness is of, inside the darkness, there are multiple bad qualities. What are the bad qualities? The anger, the fear, and then the, sadness, and then the greed. All these bad qualities are in the, darkness. So the moment the light is come, all this will vanish away. Now Arjuna Uvacha. Now the Lord has given 10 shlokas. Now the 11th shloka is where Arjuna starts talking. Param Brahma Param Dham Pavitram Paramam Bhavan Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Ahustvam Rushayah Sarve Devarshirnaradasthatha Asito Devalo Vyasaha Swayam Chaiva Bravishime. Param Brahma, Param Dham, Pavitram Paramam Bhavan. So Bhavan, you, Param Brahma, you are the Parabrahman. Param Dhama. If there is any place which is the ultimate place, it is you. Param Dhama, Pavitram, the purest. You are the purest. You are the Parabrahman. You are the Param Dhama. You are the Pavitram. Param. Pavitram Param. You are the most pure Bhavan. Purusham Shashwatam. Because all the rishis say you are always there. Okay, because all the rishis say in those days, rishis have the capability to see, look at the past, the present, and the future. The Trikala Jnam, which is, to know all the three dimensions of the time, which is the past, the present, and the future. Okay. So when we know the future, which means we know the end, right? Then what does the rishis have when they know all the future? That is where we need to learn from them that keep on doing your work. This is what the Lord is saying. Whether you know the future, does not know the future, keep doing your work without any attachment. That is what karmanyeva adhikaraste ma phaleshu kadachana ma karma phala heturbhurmate sankostva karmani. So that is what it means. It's all these are extension of what he says. Keep on doing your work. But something is bringing you down, and what is not motivating you, when something is not motivating you, some work is not motivating you, you have to work for work's sake and not for the heck of it. Okay, so start more be a self-motivated person, and history says that most of the self-motivated people big, have reached so great heights which they thought, they could never do. Okay, so they had to keep motivating themselves. So the next, he says, then Arjuna also goes on. He says, then because the rishi says you're always there, and they also say that Sorry, sorry. And you are not an ordinary Purusha, but you are a divine Purusha. Purusham Shashwatam Divyam Adidevam Ajam Vibhum Adidevam. And you are the Lord at the beginning. There was only one Lord at the beginning, that is you. And you are Shashwatam. Purusham Shashwatam. You are always there. Divyam Adidevam Ajam. Ajam, without birth. This is what the Maharshis say. All the Maharshis. Similarly, Devarshi Narada, Asita, Devala, Rishi Asita, Devarshi Narada, Maharshi Vyasa also say the same thing. And you're also telling me the same thing, which is what you are the Loka Maheshwara. Arjuna acknowledges that they are saying the same thing and you're also saying the same thing. Okay. That you are there, you are, but see, here he is continuously listening to Arjun, Krishna, and he's saying this. Okay. Now, सर्वमेतदृतं मन्ये यन्मां वदसि केशव न हि मे भगवन् व्यक्तिं विदुर्देवानदानवाः. Keshava, whatever you're telling me, I believe that it is true. They are true. Hey Bhagavan, the Asuras could not understand the Rupam that you have taken, the Swarupam that you have taken for your divine play. Even the Devatas could not understand the Swarupam that you have taken for your divine play. Swayamevatmanamatmanam Swayamevatmanatmanam Vedhat Tvam Purushottama Bhuta Bhavana Bhutesha Devadeva Jagatpate. Hey, the one who created all the beings. Hey, the head of all the beings. Hey, the head of all the Devatas. Hey, the Deva of all the Devatas. Hey, Jagannatha. Hey, Purusha Shrestha. Okay. He, the Lord of all the worlds. Lord of all the Naras. Only you can know you. This is Shloka number 15. Then. Vaktumarhasya sheshena divya hyatma vibhutaya yabhir vibhuti bhirloka nimamstvam vyapyatishtasi. With the help of what divine qualities, vibhutis, and the greatness of you, you have spread across this world, are omnipresent across this world, that divine vibhutis, that divine vibhutis of you, the greatness of you, only one person has the capability to say them, and that is you. Only you can tell us all about how great you are. Katham vidyamaham Yogim stvam sada parichintayan. Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu chintyosi bhagavan maya. So, Bhagavan, how do I keep thinking about you always so that I can reach you? Moreover, hey Bhagavan, in what are the rupams that I can do dhyana? So I should select. So how do I, do the dhyana? See, now, in the previous chapters, he has also said, Lord Krishna has said, it is very difficult to control the mind. It takes, it can, it is as difficult as controlling the wind. So you can't, hold the wind together in one particular point. So it's very difficult. Okay. People who work with air and control air, they know it very well. Okay, how difficult it is to keep contain air at one. What kind of solidity one requires to contain air. Okay, and mind is equally difficult. It is as difficult as controlling the wind. Okay, now so only you can tell about you because your greatness. There is nobody to even judge you. How can somebody judge the best? So when excellence is the standard, what is the standard for excellence? So in a relative sense, one person is greater than the other in the human plane. Here, it's the Lord's plane. Lord is the only plane, and He is the only person who can do it. Okay. So how do I reach you? With what kind of a dhyana that I can reach you? Katham vidyamaham yogim stvam sada parichintayan. I want to keep thinking about you. I want to keep my chintana only towards you. And how do I? Katham vidyamaham. How do I know you? Okay. Now, keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. Keshu, what are all the bhavams with the help of which I can chintyosi? How do I think about you? Bhagavan Maya. By me, how do I? What are the bhavams through which I can do dhyanam? See, in order to do dhyanam, what dhanam is what? See, let's go to the ideal way given to us by Rishi Patanjali, which is what the eightfold yoga. Okay, eightfold yoga. Now, yama, niyama, asana, pranayama, pratyahara, dharana, dhyana, and then samadhi. Okay, so here, where are we looking at? Here, so we are looking at how do I now in this where here he has to start with yama, so he's naturally he has yama in the sense you know to have a discipline, okay, and niyama is discipline, yama is non-killing, like you don't have hurt others, it starts with ahimsa, etc., etc., no zero bad qualities, that is yama. Niyama, niyama is having a discipline. Yama niyama, asana, asana is where does the mind sit. So here the mind has to sit. So asana does not mean where you sit or I sit, where there is a simhasana and the chair. It's not where the mind has to sit. Just before about 10 or probably 3 4 minutes back, I was talking about how difficult it is to keep the mind at one given point in time. So that is the same thing here. He has already earned the blessings of Lord Shiva before he was asking this question. How did he get the Pashupata Astra? How did he get the Pashupata Astra? He by doing penance of the continuously controlling the mind and going inside the forest and towards the Lord, and he gained the Pashupata Astra. So it is next to impossible for any of us to even allow Lord Shiva to come and give us Pashupata Astra. Impossible. So he has already done it. But despite that, he is asking Krishna because he knows that only Krishna can give me the key to reach him. So here he's asking that question. So what is the way to reach bhaveshu? Keshu keshu cha bhaveshu. How do I think about you? So only please let me know. He's asking now. Now he is talking. The guy who let go of the Gandiva, Gandivam Samsparate, now he is talking. Now there is a conversation that's happening. So which means what? Now that it is understood that the Lord has slowly brought his mind towards him. Right? So Lord can do anything. Okay. But why should he take this kind of advice mode? Okay. He could have just, in a click, like what Thanos does. When Thanos can do it, we can do it, right? So the Lord can do it. I'm sorry, not we. The Lord can do it in a flash. But he took this route, the gradual route, the route with every other beings. This is why in the Dhyana Shloka of Bhagavad Gita, there is says, Bhokta Gopalanandana. Sudhir Bhokta Gopal. Partho Vatsaha. So we drink the milk which the cow produces for its calf. So Partho Vatsaha. Vatsa is the little one of the calf, the cow's younger one. Sudhir Bhokta Gitamrutam Mahat. So what is that milk? It's the Gitamrutam. So here the Gitamrutam. So he took this route. We have to take it that way using the Dhyana Shloka. So we took it. So we are taking it. The Gitamrutam. So in this Gitamrutam, he says, he is asking now, so which are the ways I can, put my chinta, if I have to, not if I have, but all I have to do chinta, let me do chinta about you. So if my chinta is towards you, my chitta is, applied on you, then naturally I'm going to come towards you. So tell me which are the bhavams that I can do chinta about you. Okay, and how do I reach you? So this is the everybody's question. So how do I reach the Lord when you have achieved everything in your life and you know that there is no point in all of this, right? You become the a person with all the degrees offered by all the universities, known and unknown. Then you become what? The most educated person in the world and first rank in everything. So you still have to go through the karma cycle. So when this karma cycle has to end, just are repeating the same thing. If somebody tells you, okay, go, or even in our offices, we know that there are some works that are very boring and the works that are very engaging. If somebody tells you that you are going to be depromoted and do only that monotony with the work of monotony, nobody would want to do that, right? You have to be feel engaged. So now you are, then even if somebody forces you, then you will keep doing it for the sake of doing it, right? There will be no uh, other option. So similarly, here birth and death and acquiring all the skills and knowledge, etc., then you are still going to be born again. So I don't need that. So that is where now he told this is not the ideal. Your Maharshayaha, your Suraganaha, they are going towards something when they know all the three different dimensions of the time, which is past, present, and the future, and they are still working. Why? They know that there is a higher ideal waiting for them, which is me. Okay, so you come to me. I am directly there with you. Now I am calling you. Come over. Okay, which is what? How? You cannot just come to me just because I'm near you physically. I have a purpose for this avatara, and you have a purpose for your birth. And you have to fulfill that. You can't just throw away the Gandhi and say you won't fight when you have got to fight. विस्तरेणात्मनो योगं विभूतिं च जनार्दन भूयः कथय तृप्तिर्हि शृण्वतो नास्ति मे मृतम् Janardana. Again, tell me in a more detailed manner your Yoga Shakti and your Vibhuti. Because listening to your, nectar like words, you know, I am not getting satisfied. It's like, I need more. Your words are so, it creates a deep liking in me that I want to hear more about your, Vibhutis and your divine qualities and your yoga shaktis. Now the Lord restarts his answers, okay? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Hantate Kathayishyami Divyahyaatma Pradhanyatah Kuru Shrestha Nastyanto Vistarasya Me. So now in this shloka, Arjuna, from shloka number 12 to shloka number 18 of Vibhuti Yogam, Arjuna started talking about, he accepted and he also gave the acknowledgements of what the other rishis say. You are the one who always exists and all that. He asked the question, so tell me, how do I reach you? And I'm not able to. There's something my mind is telling me that no, you have to hear more from him. So tell me all the vibhutis. Now he started with the vibhutis. He says that I'm the beginning and I'm there always. So I am the Loka Maheshwaram. But still not. Please tell me in detail. This is what Arjuna is asking. So now the Lord answers. Restarts his answer. Resumes his Bhagavad Gita. Now, hey, the best of the Kurus. My vibhutis are divine, no doubt about it. I'm going to tell you what is important of my vibhutis because if the Lord, even in the 786 plus whatever shlokas, is going to complete his vibhutis, he cannot complete. Okay, so because the Lord's vibhutis are so many, that's what he says. So I cannot tell you in words because they are beyond words. He is the Lord, he is the infinite, and the words are finite. So, like what Swami Vivekananda says, you cannot show the infinite with the help of a finite stuff. You cannot. So that is why the word sahasram, okay, and recently multiple people will agree. Sahasram does not mean thousand, even though thousand is something that my human mind can easily understand. But sahasram is many. And the Lord level, think about the number of stars in the space. Think about the number of galaxies in the space. They are trillions, and we don't even know zillions, and we don't even know we can't even conceive that in our mind. Then imagine the Lord of all these zillions of universes. Okay, one universe has so many zillions of stars. Then think about the zillions of universes with the Lord, which is under the Lord's lordship. Okay, so because Arjuna, I'm going to tell you only important. Why you are in detail, I will say, but no, I cannot tell you everything because there is no end for my expansion. There is no end for my because when the Lord says there is my expansion is limitless, then how can I complete it? So what is important, what is necessary, only that is what the Lord is going to. And imagine when we have 10 things to choose from, how difficult it is for us to choose. The ladies, when they go to the, in a boutique, when they go to the, dress shop, how difficult would they find them? Any selections. And how about the guys when they have to choose from the problem of plenty, okay? When there are so many things to choose from, definitely imagine the Lord himself who says that the expansion sprint he exactly can pick up for that moment what is actually needed to be given, which is the most balanced list of things that can be shown as his vibhuti. Then think about the Lord. We are no match for him at all. We need to understand that. So he's going to select a few. That is what this shloka number 19 says. What is that? Shri Bhagavan Vacha Hantate Kathayishyami Divya Hyatma Vibhutayaha Pradhanyataha. Most important, Kurushrestha Nastyanto Vistarasya Me. Nastya, there is no antam for my Vistara, which is expansion. Thank you everyone for your patience.